Welcome back to the eForge podcast, where overwhelmed operators become empowered leaders and where you forge businesses, influence, and legacies that last. I'm your host, Cory Long. Today's episode is a little different, but it's exactly what a lot of business owners need. Because we're not just talking about marketing, we're not just talking about sales, we're talking about attention, experience, and how you make people feel. My guests today are David and Kylie Knight, the founders of Knight Illusions, a performance and entertainment company that creates high-impact illusion shows for events, stages, audiences all across the country. But here's why this matters for you as a business owner. They built a business around something most people would call art and turned it into a system, a brand, and a revenue-generating machine. They understand how to capture attention, how to hold it, and how to create an experience that people talk about long after it's over. And if you're trying to grow a business in today's world, that skill set matters more than ever. Today, we're talking about how they built Knight Illusions, what they've learned about audience psychology, and how business owners can apply the same principles to stand out in a noisy marketplace. Please welcome David and Kylie Knight to the show. Thank you guys so much for being here today.
Thanks for having us.
Cory, good to have you.
I'm excited because I know you guys are in the bus. Y'all are traveling around right now. And we were just talking about nothing's broke down today. Y'all are in between shows. So where are y'all heading right now, out of curiosity?
We're heading towards Nashville, Tennessee. So
okay.
Yeah.
Right
Beautiful
now we're
country.
in Arkansas.
Yep.
You're in Arkansas, heading towards Nashville. That's not bad. Beautiful places.
No.
Beautiful
No,
places.
Gorgeous day.
Yeah, it's really nice right now.
So tell people, I know some of my audience actually knows you guys because we had you guys in for one of our events in Dallas. You guys did an amazing job. We had everything from close up, some card tricks and other things to doing the full illusion show for my eForge and my DSF students. And man, it was amazing to see. And I know you guys are all over the US doing all kinds of different illusion shows. Y'all even came here to Lubbock for LCU's stuff last year. We were able to kind of get behind the scenes and helped you guys even load up before you left. So it was a lot of fun. Tell people what got you guys into what you do now, because this is a very unique Christian ministry where you guys get to go and share the gospel in a totally completely different way to all kinds of different audiences. So give people some background.
Yeah. Well, I mean, Kylie will always say it's my fault.
Okay.
I got into magic when I was 12 years old. I read a book about Harry Houdini, and I said, that's what I want to do with my life. And so I did. I pursued it. In that process, I actually attended a show by an illusionist / evangelist and came to know Christ at that show. And that started my journey with the Lord. And then when Kylie and I got married, he kind of led us towards taking all the things we had learned about performance and bringing it to the church and making a high quality, family friendly entertainment event for churches. So,
yeah. And you guys offer, I know we've talked about this quite a bit in the past. You guys offer shows for a little bit of everything. Whether y'all did our fundraiser for us for Rise Recovery not too long ago. Give people an idea of the different kinds of shows that you do and kind of what that encompasses. Because I know people might not even know what a Christian illusionist is. That's a totally different. It's a mouthful for sure. Christian illusionist. Anyway, yes.
Well, the main show that we do, and we have a love for families. We feel like the world is tearing families apart. So the church needs to do an even better job at bringing them back together again. So we created a show that we call Family Fun Night, which is about 75 to 90 minutes. And so we come to the church, we bring the entire show, the bus loaded with everything, and put on a show that's full of comedy. It's magic. So there's some mind reading and all the fun stuff. And it's for everybody from 5 years old to 95 years old.
Yeah.
Have all this fun building rapport. Just to conclude with our piece, where currently we're talking about being created in the image of God. We feel like everybody needs to understand that they are made in the image of God and how important that is for their purpose and value. But not only that, every person they encounter is also made in his image. So there's not a lot for families in the church. They're always separated. Children have their thing, and teenagers, and then women and men's. There's not a whole lot where we all come together, and we want to focus on that and encourage churches to focus on that and to outreach. We see that we're a great outreach because most people have never seen a magician or an illusionist live before. So if a church puts this out to their community and says, we've got an illusionist coming, that will bring in people that nothing else will. They can put out, say, we're doing a worship night. That's not going to bring people in or what have you. So that's our main thing.
Yeah.
But then we do other shows too.
Yeah. I love the idea of the family, because I know for us, even at our event, and this was a business event, by the way, for anybody listening, like this wasn't, I know this isn't the typical thing that you guys do, but it was cool because we had our group there, and man, it was entertaining and it was funny, and there were still things I still haven't figured out how you guys do. And I bet our group spent 2 or 3 months on our calls going, how did they do that? Like we were still trying to figure out, like, there's just no way. Like, how did they do? Anyway, it was really, really good. I'm sorry I cut you off, Dave. What were you going to say?
No, well, and I mean, that ties in perfectly, actually, to what I was going to say is, one of the things that we were privileged to spend 7 years traveling with the second largest touring illusion show in the country as part of their backstage team, touring theaters, performing arts centers, civic centers all across the world. And one of the things we learned was about how to deliver a high quality show. And so that's the thing we love, is that our show, yes, it is Christian based. Yes, with our church show, we end with a Christian message, or even some events we end with a Christian message. But the show is quality enough that it can go into various venues. We'll do a fundraiser. We've done cruise ships. We've done theater shows. So we've got that flexibility to go into all these different places.
We believe in excellence everywhere we go.
Yeah.
So.
Well, I think what's crazy is seeing you guys, because when we sat here with you at LCU, I think there were 600 to 700 students in that audience that night. It was huge at Encounter here in Lubbock, and you guys were doing one of your shows that I know I saw most of everything you did. I'd seen before. I still hadn't figured any of it out, but I saw it, and I was still eating it up the whole time. And as we were sitting there doing that, and the kids are engaged and they're active and they're watching and they're listening. And I know you guys have pieces all through the show where you're educating at the same time that you're entertaining. And I love that. Like it's a nice mixture of everything that you do, which really helps to kind of bring it out. But that was fun to watch. But again, going back, it was just the two of you guys. Like, you guys are a 2-person, very high quality show. Like, that was fascinating to watch. Just y'all, like nobody else. You would think y'all would have a whole crew back there and pulling this lever and doing this thing.
It would help a lot.
Yeah. You probably would like some crew members and some groupies to follow you around, right? Yeah. But y'all been doing this for quite a few years now. Give everybody an idea, like, of I know that y'all were in Dallas. Now you're on the road full time.
Yep.
Yeah.
So as you guys travel around right now, I know y'all offer a lot of different shows and that sort of thing, but give people an idea of, like, what does it look like if somebody was to call you and they were like, look, we want to do a fundraiser, or we want to do a reach out in our community, that kind of thing. I know y'all give them material. Y'all help them with some of the marketing. Like, give them an idea of how that works, so that if there's somebody listening from a church or an organization or nonprofit, or even just somebody that wants to put on a fundraiser for something, or I don't know, just a community event, like, how would that work?
Yeah, well, it's funny because, I mean, you talk about the wide range of shows. We had a lady who saw one of our church events, and she decided that she wanted to put our show on for her birthday in her local theater.
No way.
Yes, and so
that's awesome.
Her birthday party.
She rented out a theater and invited pretty much the entire town, because she knew everyone there. It was a small town, and she's like, "It's my birthday."
I love it.
Yeah,
I love that.
That was fun.
But yeah, we're very hands-on with our show. In our marketing, and we've like tried agents through the years, and they're fine, but we find that it's better for us to we want to connect with whoever we're going to work with. We're not just coming in and do the show. We want to partner with you for whatever it is you're trying to do. So our first step is always, I want to get on the phone with you, and I want to talk about what are your goals for that event. Because if I can understand your goals, then I can understand, okay, are we a good fit? Sometimes we're not a good fit for a show,
Sure.
you know? I'm going to tell you that, like, you know, if you're doing something that doesn't work with us, or I know somebody who's better for that, I want you to have that because I want you to have the best experience possible. But we decide, hey, yes, this is a good event. Then I'm going to send you 2 or 3 different options, you know, some things that'll give you thinking about, you know, how can we make this event something more than maybe you even envisioned it to be. And then once we book the show, like she said, we're very much about systems are important to us with as much as we travel. So we've got some things that are automated, but they're also customized. And so as we're going through the process, you're going to get emails from me. You're going to get marketing materials from us. You're going to get customized things from us. You're going to get reminders from us that are all going to lead you right up to the show. And then even in the show, we're going to come with, you know, pre-recorded introductions and videos and music and everything to make the show fascinating and fun. And then, of course, there's the follow-up because, you know, the follow-up. So, all that.
Yeah, because I know if you guys do like let's say you did a church reach out event or something like that, it's like that. What you just said is the truth. Like it's all in the follow-up. Does the church follow up with the people that came? Because that's a huge part of them. If they're going to use this as a tool for outreach, it's a huge part of what they do.
Absolutely.
It is.
Yeah. I know you guys have worked with church camps too, and I know that's another pretty cool little thing. Like I know Encounter Here was a deal. So in my mind, I'm just thinking about all the different, because I don't know that I've really ever sat down and really thought about all the different kinds of events or activities that you guys have been a part of. What's the most unique one that y'all have? The birthday party one was pretty cool, by the way.
Party.
What is there another unique one that you guys are like, man, this was something that we didn't expect to do, or this was a pretty cool venue, or?
I mean, other than we've done some prison shows.
Oh, that's interesting.
We love getting to work with those. It's finding an inn. We've got one guy in Kentucky who works with Prison Fellowship Ministries, but I know other churches sometimes have their own prison ministries, and we'd love to connect with them. Other than that, other fun interesting events.
I mean, one of the things I'm always looking for that fun event. And honestly, any event that we're doing, I can point to something in that event as to why I would want to do that event.
Sure.
Because Kylie will tell you this, you know, I don't want to do a show that I don't want to do. Right?
Yeah.
Like if I got to go and I'm like, oh, I don't want to do this, like nobody's going to enjoy that.
Yeah.
So if I can find a way that, hey, here's why this is important, then that's going to be the thing. You know, we've done, there's a show, we don't do outdoor events, but there's one.
Good to know.
Yeah, you know, too much.
That would be way complicated for what you do. I didn't even think about that, but that would be super complicated.
Yeah.
But there's one church in Wisconsin, and they put on a festival every year, and we did it for them one year just because I loved what they were doing. And now, if they ever call us back and want us to do an outdoor event, we will do it for them. But like that's it.
They really well too. They're small town in Wisconsin, about 3,000 people. And they have about 5,000 people show up to this event.
Wow.
Yeah.
And they are incredible in all that they do. So
I love it.
And beyond that, I mean, volunteer appreciation events, those are always fun.
Oh, yeah. That's a great one.
We do a lot of those.
We do a lot of sports ministry celebration events. We do a lot of you know, and even like the camps or, you know, things with students. Like I have friends of mine all the time who are like, I can't believe you work with teenagers. It's like teenagers are a blast if you know how to handle.
They're fun.
They are.
Seeing you guys interact with the kids, and I think I even told you guys after the event, there were Kylie fans out there that were like yelling your name when you come out, like, oh, you know, it was hilarious because some of those kids had seen you guys previously. I think y'all had been at one of them or another camp or something maybe.
Yes.
And so they were super excited to get to see you again, which is kind of cool too, because just because you guys have been somewhere one time doesn't mean you can't come back and do another. Like y'all have enough different things that you can offer that you could do multiple events for the same kids or same group or same whatever and still see all things new or most of it new or whatever.
We do a lot of repeat clients actually.
Which is fun and terrifying at times.
Yeah.
You know?
Challenging if they do, because we got one lady is this the third year in a row? Third year in a row that she's asking us to come back. So we're back there in September. And like I don't know what we're going to get new.
So that's a good question. Do y'all develop? Because I know when we were helping you guys load up and stuff, you're like developing new illusions and new tricks and new stuff all the time, right? How does that process work? Because that's got to be interesting. Like the creativity side of you's got to come out. Like, yeah.
Yeah, it's a big mixture of things, quite honestly. Thankfully, magic is kind of a small community, and
Oh, yeah.
so there's guys who develop things, and we kind of keep on, keep our ear to the ground about what's going on. And then sometimes, I'll see something, I'll say, Kylie, what do you think of this? And she's like, no, that's terrible. Or she's like, oh, that's perfect. We have to get that. And,
Yeah.
Yeah. I just showed him something else last night. I'm like, hey, look at this. This could be
Nice.
fun.
yeah.
Yeah.
So,
So is that something? Are there guys out there that's all they do is like create new
Yes.
tricks? Is that a thing?
that is absolutely a thing.
It is.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, and they're brilliant. One of our favorite creators, just he's developed things that just blow your mind, and and then the hard part is you got to take that thing, whatever it is he's developed, and you've got to figure out, okay, how does that apply to us?
Yeah.
How do we make that our effect?
Every magician is an artist, and so you've got to use creativity. You have all got your different clients, your work environments. Maybe you're doing close up, maybe you're doing parlor, maybe it's a big stage show, maybe it's corporate you're doing.
Right.
So everybody has a different DNA for themselves
Oh,
as
yeah.
to how they perform.
Yeah.
So it's really that gets your creative juices going for sure.
Yeah, because your personality comes through every illusion that you do and every act that you do. And it's got to be because y'all's humor is a certain way. You're like everything that you say it's just you. It's who you are, right? You got to turn it into your thing. So I know I started this thing talking about how you guys make people feel a certain way. If you could describe how you guys make people feel, how would you describe that? Just out of curiosity.
As far as a client or as far as an audience?
Audience.
Audience. Okay.
Good question.
Boy, an audience, I want them to walk away feeling joyful. Like
Okay.
that's, I want to blow their minds. I want them to walk away going, how in the world did you do that? Yeah, I want them to walk away laughing. I obviously want them to walk away knowing that they're made in God's image. Like that ultimately my thing. But
right.
like I want them to have this experience that when they think of us, like you were just gonna say, that there's this joy that that comes to them when they think about us,
Yeah.
I mean, there's so much darkness and sadness in this world. There's all these dark TV shows and comedy. There's enough of that. And we just want to bring some joy and some light and happiness to the world that they don't often get.
Yeah.
People aren't laughing and smiling enough. So, yeah.
I know the shows that I've been at, that's definitely the feeling. I know that you get joy. And it was interesting watching, I was trying to think of his name, the guy that runs he's the dean of students here that did your testimonial afterwards.
Yeah.
What he had to say about you guys, I was just going, oh my goodness. Like he gets it. Like he gets the fact that this is, because I did youth ministry for years. We did college ministry, youth ministry, all that camp stuff. We did everything. And we bring people in for different, like we had a cover band one year that was just really interesting. That was really, like we've had some odd mixture of things through the years that we brought in. And I think about the fact that you guys, again, go back to, there's a purpose for the show. It's not just entertainment. Like this is about leaving them in a better place than you found them, helping them to see that they are created in the image of God, helping them feel that, hey, man, I'm seen, I'm worthy, I'm valuable. And then seeing something like you just said a minute ago that kind of blows their mind of, what in the world just happened? What did I just see? Like, did that really actually happen or did it not happen? And then I know even the close-up magic tricks that you were doing for us, like I had people walking up to me later going, I don't know who that guy was. Like, because they didn't know you were, like they weren't sure who you were or anything. And they were going, man, I don't know who that guy was, but that was awesome. Like because they were just surrounding you, watching what you were doing. It was just super cool to kind of do because it's unique, it's different, and like you said, it's something they don't see every day or feel every day because there's some of these kids that you guys probably get in front of for all of the and volunteers that nobody ever says, man, you're awesome. Thank you. And you guys get an opportunity to do that in a unique and pretty powerful way.
Yeah, yeah. Can I share? Can I share a quick story
Please,
about that?
please.
So we were doing this student event in Gatlinburg, Pigeon Forge. But
I don't
anyways,
want to leave too much information.
but it was like, what was it, 3,000 students? It was huge. It was a massive hall, and
We did twice because it was so big. There was
Right.
3,000
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
it's huge. After one of our shows, we're at our merchandise table, and this young man comes up to us, and he's like, "Oh, I really enjoyed your show." I'm like, and we hear that a lot, right? It's like, "Oh,
Yeah.
like, particularly the ending, where we talk about being created in the image of God." I'm like, "Oh, no, that's the heartbeat of our show." It's kind of what my standard thing. He's like, I was told I was a mistake
By
Oh,
my
by my parents, and I didn't realize the value I had until you told me tonight that I'm made in God's image.
oh,
And to
wow.
see like the weight fall off that young man as he realized how he was created, just that's why we do what we do,
Yeah.
So that's
And
that's
what's
the,
crazy is what you just said. You had to do 2 shows because there were so many kids there.
Mhm.
And yet one kid in that audience, and I'm sure there were many more, but that
There
one
were.
kid in that audience, man, he got it. He got the
needed it.
fact that he was created in the image of God, unique, worthy, capable, all of those things, all in one show. Like that, that's crazy powerful. And I know that's why you guys do the ministry work that you do. Y'all are involved. Talk to me a little bit about, I know y'all are involved in some other nonprofits and ministries that you guys are involved in. Talk a little bit about that, because I know this is your world. Like, it's not just that you guys go do the illusions and all of that, but this is about giving back and doing more for the world too.
So I mean, the main thing that we kind of have aligned ourselves with is an organization called Uganda Shoe Trees,
Mm,
and so the backstory is we were helping this young girl through school in Uganda, helping pay her school fees, and in trips over there, a team had realized that there were millions of kids in Uganda who could go to school but are not allowed simply because they don't have the proper pair of socks and shoes. So
mm,
they created this organization called Uganda Shoe Trees, which raises money to buy shoes and trees for kids in Uganda. The shoes are all made over there, so we're teaching cobblers how to own their own businesses and invest in the economy.
nice.
And then the trees are important because most school lunches consist of rice and beans on a daily basis. And so when you can add some vegetation to the school's property, it adds to the nutritional value of their lunches, makes them better learners. And the kids get 2 trees. One goes to their school, one goes to their family to feed goes to their home, feed their families. And so we're the global ambassadors for that organization. And
Nice.
we've actually developed a couple of illusions to help bring attention to that and raise money at our table
merch
for that,
table.
our merge table for that.
Yeah.
So, and we're
I love
planning
that.
on going back there in October right now.
Yes.
So
Can you imagine? Oh, what you just said blows my mind. I didn't have the right shoes and socks to be able to
Yeah.
go to school.
yeah.
Like,
And
who
that's
thought that
without
up?
Wage.
Well, I mean, it's like a year's worth of
Shoes are expensive over there.
Yeah.
So it's a year's worth of salary or wage to buy a pair of shoes, you think?
Yeah. It's a lot. It's expensive, and
That's wild.
and like literally, like one of my favorite stories is that they were over there, and there was this girl who was chopping jackfruits off a tree to sell them, and so she could buy her shoes so she could go to school. She had her school fees in her hand, but literally she couldn't afford the shoes, and so she's chopping up. And so there's this great
Wow.
photo where the team are like. That's kind of the genesis of this whole thing. But the team said, "We're going to give you shoes." And literally, there's like this photo of her with her new shoes on, her jackfruit and her machete off to the side, and she's getting ready to go to
Wow.
school. Like, she doesn't have to do that
Started it.
anymore. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's fascinating because I know you guys see this. We've worked in children's homes and all that. And it's one of the things that always intrigued me is the kids would come in, and a lot of times they'd come in with a paper bag, or that's all the belongings they had, right? And so we would take them shopping and we would go get them new clothes. And most of the time the kids would come back and they'd be like, man, we've never had new clothes and this and that. And so a lot of times the maybe some other staff or people would come into the house, and it was fascinating to me how many of the kids would go, hey, can I show you something? And then they would take them by the hand and they would take them to their room and they would show them that they had a new pair of shoes or 2 pairs of shoes, which was like a huge thing. and they would show them the new clothes that they had and how excited they were about it. And it's something that I've forgotten. Like I forget. That's why we need to be around those things, because I forget how that isn't. Yeah, it's normal in my world, but it's not normal in their world. And man, it was always. It just intrigued me how the kids were so excited to show somebody that I've got a new pair of shoes. Like that was like enough to be able to bring somebody to their room and show them. So I love that you guys are a part of that.
Oh, and I love that you guys were able to do that. Like that's so powerful and so important. So thank you for doing that.
It's kind of interesting because we were doing some stuff the other day, and we were going to go out to the Texas Boys Ranch here. We had a group of eForge students come into town. We were going to do some missions work out there for a couple of hours or whatever it was, and they called us, and the girl texted us, and she said, "Hey, we're going to have to delay. We've got 2 new girls coming in, or 2 new boys, whatever it was, and we've got to go do the intake." And I'm going, "Oh, totally get it. Been there, done that. Go do what you need to do. The kids come first. Like whatever we're doing doesn't matter compared to that. Just go take care of the kids." And it's fascinating to me because we get wrapped up in our worlds, and we don't see, like you're talking about with the kiddos in Uganda or wherever it's at. We just don't see that. We live in our little bubbles, and that's about where we're at, is in our little bubbles. And so it's always good to be able to see that and do that. So you guys I know y'all are heading to Nashville to do another show. I know that you guys have probably some summer shows and that sort of thing. Are there times already of this year? And I know this is somebody could be watching this next year. Who knows, right? Doesn't matter. But are there times right now that you guys are needing to fill later on in this year, or places that you guys are needing to fill later in this year that you know of?
I mean, we're always it's a constant state of finding new places, finding new opportunities. Now we're building some strong stuff in Florida in May and June.
Okay.
And then
again in January.
And then
Karen.
Again in January.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's a lot of driving, by the way.
It is.
It is.
We were just in Florida, so that's kind of fun.
Yeah.
We just came back. Right now, I think November's really open.
Yeah, November's really open, particularly around like it kind of Texas is really kind of the openness there. We've got some stuff in San Antonio, and then some stuff in Dallas, the Houston area. So
you guys are coming back to Texas for the holidays?
Well, we're coming back to Texas for at least for Thanksgiving.
Okay.
But then we got to head back out to Florida. So we'll probably be.
Well, we've got a new croissant place in Lubbock that y'all need to come try.
Yes. We're hoping you could deliver. So.
Yeah. I don't know how good they would be, shipping them or delivering them to you. Who knows? Maybe.
All right. So we just need to come back out to see you.
That's right. You need to come to Lubbock.
Love it.
There's got to be some reason to come to Lubbock, right? I don't know. You got to have a reason to come to Lubbock
Well, that's true.
Corey's a reason.
Corey's a reason. There you
go. Yeah. So if somebody wanted to find information about you guys, where would they go? How would they find you? Is there any specific place, especially if they wanted to reach out to you guys about doing a show or what you guys offer or all of that?
The best place is to find us online. Go to nightillusions.com with a K. So KNIGHTILLUSIONS.com. But you can also find us on all the socials at Night Illusions. It's consistent across the board. Makes it easy.
Yeah, and I know you guys are putting out some. I've seen you doing some videos lately, which has been very cool. And you've been putting out some like illusions on video, which is, I'm sure, a totally different way of doing things.
Yes.
Yeah. So anybody that's listening, highly suggest go follow them on their socials, especially to be able to see some of the things that they're doing, because it's kind of neat to see you guys as you're coming up with new ideas, new tricks, new ways to bring attention to whatever it is that you're doing at the time. And so that's been fun to watch the videos for sure. And then the humor, you never know when you guys are going to throw in some cow laying on the side of the road, or I don't know, whatever that's, ground beef. Yeah. I don't know. It's very interesting. That's for sure. David, Kylie, thank you for bringing a completely different lens to business today. Guys, this wasn't just about entertainment. It's about experience, attention, impact. And to our listeners, here's a takeaway I want you to set with. People don't remember what you said. They remember how you made them feel. And in business today, companies that win are the ones that don't just deliver a service, they create an experience. If you want to learn more about David and Kylie and see what they're building, check out nightillusions.com. Pay attention to how they position, present, and connect with their audience. This episode gave you a new perspective on how to show up in your business. Do these 3 things. Make sure and hit that subscribe button to the show. Leave a review. Share this episode with someone who needs to stand out and instead of blending in. Until next Thursday, keep forging forward. Stay aligned with your calling. Build with clarity, confidence, and conviction, because this is the forge where leaders are made and legacies are built.